Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new player review. I haven't really been doing these for a while, but we're back and we are here with the purple hero, Alexandre Lacazette. And he has got the outstanding stats of 91 pace, 89 dribbling, and 89 shot, along with 84 physical. For a guy who's 5'9", isn't bad at all. He's also rocking them 4-star skill moves with the high medium work rates. His passing's okay with 79, and his defending, as you would assume, is pretty poor. For me though, I've played 5 games so far of him, and I will be playing a lot more with this guy, and he scored 12 goals. I have of course got him as first owner. If you might have seen my last video, I packed him along with a team of the season Henderson, whose review will be out very soon. But yeah, this guy is very interesting. If you look at his stats, the majority of them are high greens, as 94s, 89s, etc, etc. The high 90s are definitely there. And then on his skill and attribute cards, you've got a lot of greens, but there are still a lot of reds in there. Obviously, goalkeeping, handling, but his marking's not the best, neither is his slide tackling. But overall, he's very solid. He can play the striker, the right wing, and the centre forward, and he's got the specialities of speedster, dribbler, acrobat, clinical finisher, and clinical forward, along with an extra trait to his name. Now, so I'm going to show you all the goals and chances that this guy created, and there's a few in here that are absolutely lethal. If he's coming from the penalty spot, then you can 100% guarantee he'll put it away. If he doesn't, then the goalkeeper will probably get a touch, but he will parry it out. It's that powerful. He's got the accuracy and power, which is really, really deadly. His acceleration is so clinical that you can accelerate from anywhere on the pitch. If you pick the ball up with this guy, just drive forward. His close control dribbling, along with his speed, just makes it really, really difficult for players to get off the ball. The only other player I've seen with this sort of calibre of play is someone like Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, who never seems to lose the ball even when it's at their feet and you run into a player. So with the strength, the dribbling and the pace, this guy is a real lightning quick figure, and he's very difficult to beat. Now when you've got the ball with him, one of the best things to do is to not do skill moves. Even though he's got them 4-star skill moves, you can use them, but I wouldn't recommend them, purely because it's probably better just to use his pace overall compared, because if you use skill moves with the guy, he seemingly loses the ball more often. Now doing skills doesn't seem to be his most effective way, because when he's in that close control, his dribbling does have a good essence about it, but he does sometimes get muscled and pushed off the ball by the big centre backs. If he was playing a wing role, then I would definitely recommend using skill moves, but because he's playing that striker role and you're up against big strikers who haven't got the most pace, it's probably most effective to use his pace and just hit some long balls over the top, a few big through balls, then that's really probably the most effective way to use him. But of course you have to remember that he is going to be really, really strong for a player of his height. So what I wouldn't recommend would be that you have him as that holding man who picks up the ball and lays it off to the wingers. I think when you use him, he has to be your big centre of attention. That has to be his 100% factor. So he's got good long shots with him, and also he's a very good team player. As one of the goals you're about to see, and it's this one in fact, he does a great bit of 1-2 play with I think it's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who plays it off to Lacazette and really well. So he does actually help out the team well, and he does get into good positions. So you know, he's a really good team player, and you can also use him as a solo man nonetheless. Is he an upgrade from his normal card? 100% yes. His normal card I find loses the ball quite often and can get out muscled, and his dribbling ain't great, and this is a real improvement from his informed cards also. So you know, you've got a massive improvement. The 85 rated purple card has more pace, more dribbling, as you would expect. His team of the season will be coming out soon, and would I recommend you go out and get it? I would do so. I think if you can get a good hybrid going with him with some other top players, I think he could really supplement teams well. One thing I would recommend you do would possibly consider having him and Karim Benzema up front. A 2 up front could really work well if Benzema can play more balls through to him. The only thing that I noticed with this was he does rely heavily on people doing a few through balls for him, which isn't really the greatest. If he does get his own solo goal, it's usually on a counter attack when he sticks up high. You get the ball to him and he runs on. But other than that, you really need to have 2 form of playing styles to get good goals with him. It's either a counter attack or you just use long through balls over the top. If you're a passing style player, I wouldn't recommend him because he isn't that sort of strong holding man at the forefront. But if you want pace and you want quickness, which most people want on FIFA, then you're going to go for Alexandre Lacazette. Now other players that I think could suit the role he's in are, you know, very interesting ones. I think Daniel Sturridge does it well, and so does Sergio Aguero. But in Liga 1, there aren't many other players. I know there's Bathwater, I believe his name is, who is okay. But Lacazette is his very own unique player, and I'm very glad that he's got this hero card. I think he's had a fantastic season for Olympique Lyonnais, and I think overall he's done extremely well for the situation that he's in. You know, he's created a lot of chances in a league that really last season nobody really knew who he was, and now he's got got loads of clubs buying for him and desperately wanting to get his signature down for next season. So one thing I would also add to Alexandre Lacazette is if you want to do skill moves, go for it. He's not going to make a mistake. The Ronaldo chops are effective, the step overs, the fake shots, etc. Any 4-star skill moves are going to be used with keen effect and nobody's going to be able to stop him. As well though, if I was going to recommend one thing you don't do with Alexandre Lacazette, and that would probably be use him as a, how would I say it, the second striker. I wouldn't have Alexandre Lacazette alongside someone like Luis Suarez or let's go for Messi or someone. I wouldn't have him as the second striker. I think he needs to be your main guy. I think he is very similar to Seydou Doumbia. If you're going to play him up top, you have to have somebody who complements him. Don't have Lacazette up there with another top striker as that goal that you just saw. Absolute cracker, what a beauty that was. But yeah, if you're going to use Lacazette, then make sure he's your main man. You have to give him lots of tender loving care. He's like a dog. He's like a pet dog who you need to give your full attention so that he doesn't cry and moan, and he'll get his own way. But there, this goal you're seeing right now, it's a quick clearance. He picks up the ball, no one's stopping him, he dribbles it round and he tucks it in very, very nicely. So at this point I would like to say thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, then smash that like button below, follow me on Twitter, it's on your screen as you see right now, and I will see you next time.